It's March 26th, 2001, in the quiet city of Basel, Switzerland, where two young tennis prodigies collide for the first time ever. One, a fiery, brash American with a massive serve and forehand. The other, an effortless mover with a game so smooth that it makes tennis look like the easiest sport on the planet. Both players are rising stars right outside the top 10, and neither could have known that this matchup would define one of their careers forever.
Et c'est terminé!
Federer wins. Nothing crazy, right? We've seen it time and time again over the past 20 years. But for Roddick, this wasn't just a regular loss. This was the beginning of a pattern that would follow him for the rest of his career. Andy's tennis story starts far from the European grass courts in Austin, Texas. He followed in his brother's footsteps, who was already a top junior player in the country. His family moved to Florida, and that's when his tennis journey started to explode. By 1999, Andy was a serious contender, winning 2 junior titles in Florida and then winning the Australian Open Juniors.
Who's example for you would like to be like Andy Roddick or Pete Sampras?
Probably Pete Sampras.
People were calling him the next Sampras. Explosive forehand?
It's magnificent tennis.
Made it. Roddick is on. Oh!
Yep. Crazy good athlete. Yep. Big serve. Yep, that too. His serve was so big that he set a world record of 155 miles per hour in 2004 at only 6'2". But halfway across the world, a kid in Basel was trying to build his own legacy. Roger Federer wasn't just talented, he was inevitable. At 11, top 3 in Switzerland. At 14, a national champion. By 18, a professional with one of the most beautiful games the sport has ever seen. The rise we saw in Federer was unparalleled. From Wimbledon of 2003 to the French Open of 2009, Federer won 14 Grand Slams, made 12 straight major finals, 23 straight major semifinals, and 36 straight major quarterfinals. He did what most couldn't do in a whole career in just 5 years. Unfortunately for Roddick, he lived under Federer's shadow. Over the course of Roddick's career, he would struggle against Roger at the majors, losing 7 straight major semifinals and finals from 2003 to 2009. That's not even counting the 13 other losses sprinkled in Masters 1000 events. So, the question becomes, was Andy's career really the most unlucky career of all time? If we're talking about unlucky careers in tennis, the list is long. Many people would say Juan Martín del Potro had the unluckiest career of all time. He had a game that scared the big 3 with one of the biggest forehands the sport has ever seen. He beat a 5-time defending champ in Federer at the US Open, being down 2-1 in the finals. After that win, injuries essentially took over and kept him out of Grand Slam contention for the rest of his career. How about being the 4th best player in the world for a decade? Except this isn't your typical 4th ranked player for Murray. The 3 guys ahead of him are literally the 3 greatest players of all time. Still, he came out with 3 slams and a year-end number 1 in 2017. He's a Hall of Famer and inarguably the greatest British tennis player of all time. But who knows what could have been if Roger, Rafa, and Novak didn't take almost every single big title. Then there's Robin Soderling. Widely known for being the first player to defeat Nadal at the French Open, he was a likely contender for multiple Grand Slams and could have been like a Del Potro or Stan Wawrinka, who snuck in and won Grand Slams in the era of the Big Three. But no, he was forced to retire due to mononucleosis, which killed his dreams of ever winning a slam. So, where does Andy fit in all this? It's Wimbledon 2009, Andy's last stand, his moment to finally flip the script. Federer going for history, slam number 15 to break Sampras's record. Roddick going for redemption. Roddick early on had a chance to do something that only one player in all of tennis history has done to Federer.
There's a new man.
Did you notice what both of those matches had in common? Maybe that both were finals, or that both were against Nadal. How about that Nadal absolutely drowned Federer from the start of all those matches by leading everyone by 2 sets to love? Can Andy do the same with 4 set points? 1, 2, 3, and 4 chances gone in an instant. Guess we're going to have to do this the hard way. Roddick has pushed Federer to a 5th set decider and has all the momentum going into the 5th set with a 4th set win. This is Roddick's chance, the first time he's ever pushed Federer to 5 sets. Will this be his redemption? Nope, Roddick loses another heartbreaker 16-14 in the 5th set, while Roger makes history as the Grand Slam leader in men's tennis. This is evidently Roddick's last and most valiant effort to ever beat Roger. Roddick would never reach another major final and would retire 3 years later.
You threw everything at him, didn't you?
Well, I tried. Sorry, Pete. I know I tried to hold him off.
Andy's career was largely overshadowed by Federer's greatness, but he was no scrub. To this day, he's the best American male tennis player in the 21st century and is the last American man to win a slam. He won the 2003 US Open, reached world number 1, and carried US tennis for nearly a decade. The problem? Pete Sampras handed him the torch and Federer immediately snatched it away. Sampras was and is the GOAT of American tennis, and Roddick was next in line. But Roger did everything Andy did, just better. It really makes you wonder, if Federer never picked up a tennis racket, would Roddick be remembered as one of the greatest of all time? I guess we'll never know. Sometimes greatness isn't about how high you climb, it's all about who's standing in your way.